Hello everybody. I just wanted to thank everybody that subscribed to the channel. I appreciate you guys. You guys are awesome. And I made a new intro. So I'm going to play the original intro, play the new intro, and if you guys don't mind, I would appreciate it if you leave something in the comments. Do you like the first one best? Do you like the second one best? Would you prefer no intro? And that's about all I got right now. We'll get into the video, and if you like it, think about maybe subscribing to the channel if you're not already, and everybody have a fabulous day. Hope everybody's doing good. I'm going to make this a short video. I don't really have time to do this, but I said I was going to do it, so here we are. No fancy editing, no nothing, just throwing this out here as quick as I can. A couple of quirks with the car. In my opinion, this battery, that's the factory battery that came with the car, barely fits in here. One of the things, the plate, the metal chassis attaches with screws, and it's going through right there. That kind of gets in the way. That could probably be ground down at least a little bit. And if you can see this, when you push this in here, it actually flexes the ESC and the battery snaps into place. You probably could drive it without even putting a Velcro in there. But I think if you pop the ESC out of here, and this could be built up a bit, and that plate trimmed down, so you'd get about that much more room to put a battery in there if you wanted to put a higher milliamp battery. The front of it, you can pull these two screws out and move it, the whole front of the battery box up to here, so you could put a longer battery in it now, but you couldn't put one much thicker than this. You might be able to turn it sideways or get creative or something. Anyway, just a small quirk. The other quirk, the axles don't protrude through the nylock nuts. And I'm going to see if I can zoom in on this a little bit. See, they actually are recessed in there. Now, a lot of people were having problems with their wheels falling off. I guess mine was a later production unit, and all of my wheels were Loctited into place. But just as an example, on my this is on the 959B, there's enough thread sticking out that you can double nut these things. I don't have two nuts on this one, so you can see there's a lot of thread sticking out of the nylock lock nut. And the way those things work, for the people that don't know, there's just a little nylon insert in there, and it binds on the threads. Well, if there's no thread protruding through the nylon, then the likelihood that it's going to get much of a bite is pretty low. The trade-off on this, or the cure for this, is just to put a little bit of Loctite on it. So it's not the end of the world or anything, just a little bitty quirk. One of the things that I do like on this car, and by the way, mine, the front end alignment was off on mine. Mine was towed out. Yours might be set perfectly from the factory, but since all these are adjustable, it's not a problem to fix. One thing I do like on this is looking at the available parts for it, and as I'm looking online, the A-arms come in pairs, and they are reversible. Same ones work on the front and the rear of this car. You just flip them over the other way. You got the rears, the shocks are mounted in the inside hole on the back, they're mounted in the outside hole in the front, but they are completely reversible. So for, I don't remember exactly how much it was. I think they were less than $4. I know they were less than $5 for a pair. And I don't know what the shipping was on it, but you could have a couple of those on hand. If you broke the front or the rear, wouldn't make any difference. You'd already have a spare. The only thing I've seen a lot of people doing is bending the shock towers, and then they've just straightened them out. Didn't seem to be a big problem. I've not seen anybody break an A-arm, but I did see one fella bend a pin. He hit a curb pretty hard and bent the pin. These are captured pins, so they're just straight pins, and I think you could probably rebuild those yourself with stainless steel if you needed to, and although it might be strong enough at that point that it would break the A-arm. I don't know. Anyway, those little quirks aside, I think this is a great little car. I noticed that the motor mount has got 2 sets of holes in it, so you could, if you wanted to put a brushless system smaller than this, like a 2845 or something, you still have a lot of torque, maybe not as much top speed. It might be a little more controllable, and you might get a little more battery life out of it. So I think this car is going to be very customizable, is all I'm saying with that. So like I said, I got a whole lot of stuff going on right now, so I'm going to go ahead and bail, and I appreciate everybody. If you got a little something out of this, please consider throwing a like at it or maybe subscribing. It's free to you and it helps me a bunch. So thanks everybody. Take care, and we'll catch you down the road.